only the beginning. Joyce Brandon, his head nurse for 15 years, had seen too much. She had seen the patients who walked in for a consultation and walked out with a bill for a complex spinal fusion that never took place. She had kept her own ledger, a secret record of the doctor's ghost surgeries. When the FBI first contacted her, she hesitated, but the weight of the lies became too much. She agreed to testify. Martinez knew. He could see it in the way she looked at him across the sterile glare of the operating room. He didn't see a colleague. He saw a threat. He began to plan, not a surgery, but an extraction. The night Joyce was found in her car, the official report spoke of a tragic accident. But for the investigators who knew about the ledger, the scent of antiseptic on her clothing didn't match the scene. It matched the clinic. The healer had become a butcher, carving away the only person who could stop the flow of blood-soaked money. Chapter 16, The Informant's Gamble. In the Denver underground, the fall of Michael Schreckingist created a vacuum of fear. Tammy Carroll, facing the loss of her children, made the hardest choice of her life. She became a ghost within the ring, feeding information to Detective Jim Rock. "He's printing again," she whispered into a burner phone at 3:00 a.m. "New templates. He's moved the operation to a motel on Colfax." Rock moved in with surgical precision. But Schreckingist was a cornered rat with the energy of 1,000 lightning bolts. He fought. He hid behind his cameras. He burned documents in a bathtub as the door was kicked in. The aftermath was a graveyard of tech. Melted hard drives, half-printed checks, and bags of meth that looked like crushed diamonds. Tammy stood in the shadows as Michael was led away in chains. She had saved herself, but she had betrayed the only family she had left. It was a cold victory, the kind that leaves a bitter taste in your mouth even as you walk toward the light of a drug treatment center. Chapter 17, The Ghost in the Mirror. By 2008, the name Wheaton Bandit was synonymous with failure for the local FBI. The sketch, that haunting image of the man with the tactical hood and the piercing blue eyes, was posted in every post office and police station in the tri-state area. And then, silence. The robberies didn't just slow down, they vanished. Some believed he had died. Others thought he had retired to a tropical island with his $250,000 haul. But Agent Cayley had a different theory. He didn't stop because he was rich, Cayley said, tapping the sketch. He stopped because we saw him. That witness, that old sorry wave, it broke his illusion of invisibility. He's out there, living a normal life, maybe even sitting next to you at a diner. But he's always looking in the mirror, waiting for the reflection to change into the face on this poster. The mystery remained an open wound. Every time a new bank robbery occurred, with a hint of tactical precision, the task force's phones would light up. But the signature was never the same. The bandit had become a legend, a shadow that proved that sometimes the mask is the only thing the world ever gets to see. Chapter 18, The final reckoning. Identity theft, art heists, medical scams, and bank robberies, they all lead back to the same mirror. A mirror that reflects the darkest corners of the American dream. Virginia Dissette still carries the weight of a felony record for a crime she never committed. The dropped for lack of evidence label is a scarlet letter in the digital age. Anita Jan still spends hours verifying her existence to faceless institutions. Tammy Carroll works to save souls while her own children grow up in the shadow of her past. The thieves leave behind more than empty accounts. They leave a world where trust is a liability. We put up no hats, no hood signs. We hire greeters to watch our every move. We buy software to protect our names. But as the mirror thief proves, the greatest heist isn't the money. It's the moment we realize that in a world driven by greed, even our own names aren't truly ours. The reflection in the glass is cracked, and no matter how much we polish it, the fractures remain. Epilogue: the perpetual watch. The sirens have long since faded for Michael Schreckingist, now serving his tenures in a Colorado prison. The RV on the plains is likely hauled away. But the Wheaton Bandits' blue eyes still watch from the sketches, a reminder that some ghosts never leave. The war continues. The CFI fraud unit, the FBI task forces, and the Jim Stickleys of the world are the new thin blue line. They guard the gates of our identities, knowing that somewhere out there, a red flag is being raised on a mailbox, a doctor is billing for a ghost surgery, and a man is indexing his weapon, waiting for the sun to rise over a bank in Wheaton. The heist never ends. It just changes its mask. The end. The ghost in the machine. The rise and fall of Albert Talton. Prologue: the specimen vault. Deep within the labyrinthine corridors of Washington, D.C., where the air is filtered to a sterile chill and the silence is guarded by men with sidearms, there exists a room that should not, by any logical extension of a free economy, need to exist. It is known as the Specimen Vault. Agent Kelly Harris stepped into the vault, her heels clicking rhythmically against the reinforced floor. To the uninitiated, the room looked like a library for a civilization that only valued one thing: the American dollar. Thousands of bills were filed here, forgeries, ghosts of transactions past, echoes of desperate men trying to conjure value out of thin air. She pulled a drawer labeled Digital Strain to 005LAO01. Inside lay a stack of $100 bills. To a casual observer, they were masterpieces. Ben Franklin stared back with a stoic, almost judgmental gaze. The paper felt right. It had that distinctive, linen-heavy snap. The ink looked rich, the microprinting sharp. Look at the serial numbers. Kelly, a voice behind her said, it was Special Agent Matthew Mayo. She adjusted her glasses and leaned in. Every bill in this specific stack bore the same plate numbers, H2 and H38. He's consistent, Kelly whispered. To consistent. It's like a calling card He doesn't know he's leaving. It's the arrogance of a man who thinks his signature is invisible because it's so perfect. It's more